Okay, hello and welcome to this Epic Film Challenge 2 check-in video, so to speak. Prodigon kind of gave me the idea for this. He said, you're going to do like a top 5 of the films you've seen so far once you get to episode 100. And I said, no, I wasn't planning on it, but that's a pretty good idea. So what we're going to do very quickly, we've both come up with a top 15 list for each of us. Huh?
I think I'm like 13, 12.
Okay, well, a top list anyway, of the best films we've seen from the first 100 episodes of the Epic Film Challenge 2. That we watched for the first time. So you know we love Alien, you know we love The Terminator and The Lord of the Rings. There's no point including stuff like that on this list. And also just to, before we get into the lists, just talk about it very briefly. It's been going for 3 years now. Over 3 years. It's only been in the past 4 or 5 months that I've properly been focusing on it and stuff. So how have you felt doing it and me kind of strong-arming you into doing a lot of these?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you, I guess, you enjoy seeing films that I'm kind of pushing you into watching in a lot of cases, and also...
Yeah, you definitely get to hear it when it's a movie that I didn't enjoy. Like, sometimes it will be a movie so horrible to me that I'll just go to bed because I don't want to be awake anymore. And it makes him feel horrible.
Of course it does.
Yeah, because I'm just like, it's 10 o'clock. I
Yeah.
can stay awake for 2 more hours. I just don't want to exist. Because the movie just ruined me.
But I think the ratio has been pretty good, and that you have seen more films that you've liked than disliked.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know, it's we keep talking about what does it mean to be a film you must see before you die. Look, at the end of the day, it's just pushing me and me pushing you in some cases to watch films we wouldn't see or wouldn't think to see or hadn't heard of, or would say, oh yeah, that is one of those classics that I suppose we should see. So it's an arbitrary list, but it's fun to go through them, and it's kind of a little education that's kind of fun.
But out of these 100, I've probably only seen like 50 or 60 of them.
Yeah.
With you.
Yeah.
And probably half of those I've already seen before, so this list was kind of difficult.
Sure.
Because I feel like I was picking out of like 30 movies.
Yeah,
Maybe 40 that I hadn't seen before this.
That's the thing. Yeah, I've seen all of these. You haven't, because it would just be unrealistic to have you join in on all of them unless we were going to take 20 years to do it.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not, and that's fine. That's fine.
One of them, you look like you wanted to rip your eyes out.
Oh yeah, let's not talk about that. There's been some real stinkers as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Go on.
And I'm glad to save you from them, and I love doing these with you. So it's really cool that you do at least some of them. So.
Yeah.
Right. So my top 15 list. And these are films I hadn't seen before, but saw for the first time during this challenge. Number 15, and again, number 1 being my favourite. And again, these aren't what we think are the best films of the bunch, just the ones we enjoyed the most. Number 15, Freaks. Loved it, really surprised me. Number 14, Sabotage, Hitchcock film. Again, really surprised me. Loved that film.
Wait, did I see Sabotage?
You didn't see that one, no.
It's a Hitchcock movie.
I know, I just watched it one day, and I'll definitely show it to you at some point. Number 13, The Great Dictator, great Chaplin film, really enjoyed it. Not my favourite from him, but really liked it.
That far down on the list?
Yeah. Number 12, A Chinese Ghost Story.
Well, you loved it.
I did love it.
It's not necessarily a great movie, I mean...
Oh yeah, it's not better than The Great Dictator.
Before The Great Dictator is just...
By no means is it better than The Great Dictator, but I enjoyed it more. It's more entertaining, so...
Yeah, even a Hitchcock movie is like... Huh?
Yeah, well, it's not one of Hitchcock's finest.
Just because you enjoyed it.
Yeah, right. So number 11, Touch of Evil. I've definitely shown that to you at some point. Great film noir. I showed you the beginning of it. It was where they had that really long opening shot, and you said it looked great. Yeah.
But I haven't seen the whole movie.
No. Number 10, The Kid Brother, the Harold Lloyd film we watched recently. I loved that, and I think that's my favourite video of the entire series so far, because you got really excited about talking about it and just getting you interested in a silent film.
I can't remember what it was about.
It was Harold Lloyd. He plays like a farm boy, and there's a girl and stuff, and it ended with that thing on the pirate ship, and it was a really...
Oh right, the silent movie.
Yeah,
the other Burton.
the other Burton. The other...
Buster Keaton.
Yeah.
Right, I forgot. I didn't even... Because the titles are very, you know...
Sure.
So that one's on my list as well.
Okay.
I just don't know where to put it now.
Yeah, but that was one of those reviews that just flowed, and that we had something to say about everything, and you kept bringing up things I forgot to mention, then I mentioned, so that's my favourite video, I think.
I liked it.
Number 9, Tootsie. Great, I should have seen that film far sooner.
Yep.
Number 8, On the Waterfront. Classic, lived up to its reputation.
Can I just say Tootsie would be on my list as well if I hadn't already seen it before.
Sure. Number 7, Harold and Maude, another one that really surprised me. I loved that film. you saw bits of it as I was watching it. Number 6, Seven, the David Fincher film, just great. Number 5 into the top 5 now, King Kong. Again, it surprised me. I thought I'd enjoy it, but I ended up loving it, and I think it's amazing. Number 4, The Seventh Seal, the Swedish film. Amazing. Again, lives up to his reputation as one of the best films of all time.
Is that the sad one with all the sick people?
There's a lot of sick people in it. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it before, but anyway, that's
no. But I think I saw clips.
Yeah, and I think The Seventh Seal is probably the best new film that I've seen out of the first 100, but it's number 4. Number 3, Grave of the Fireflies.
Which I haven't seen before.
Just absolutely heartbreaking, and I think one of the best war films ever made, because I love war films that look at the people who are affected by war, and it's just, as an animated film, it really, yeah, it's amazing. Number 2, Kramer versus Kramer. It's just one of the best dramas I've ever seen. The acting's amazing. I just loved it. And number 1 goes to The Sting, which is by no means a better film than almost all the films on this list, I'd say. But it's just so good, so entertaining.
Even better than a Chinese ghost story.
Oh yeah, because I literally watched it, and then the next day I said to Connie, "You're watching this with me right now," and I watched it again the day afterwards, and it was even more entertaining. So it really held up, and for me, The Sting was like my favorite, I think, of the 100.
Where do I put the kid brother?
Just put it at the top if you want. And I haven't heard her list yet as well either, so
on you go. My last on the list, just because it was so weird, and I enjoyed it, and it was just weird, you know, is The Chinese Ghost Story. I don't think it was a great movie at all.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know if I could recommend it, or like, I recommended it, but I couldn't, like, don't watch it before you die kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So it had to make it on the list. So since I was adding the kid brother, let's say this is 13 then, instead of 12.
Okay.
Which is Terms of Endearment.
Yep, grateful.
And I already forgotten what it was about.
Well, you don't need to go into details with all the plots.
It's a sad one, right?
Yeah, sad drama.
And 12, we have Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, great film. Yeah.
I loved it.
Very close to being on my list. I really enjoyed that one.
I'm surprised it wasn't. I thought maybe you'd seen it before, and that's why I wasn't there.
No.
11 is Dracula, the 1931 one.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I thought it was a better movie.
Okay.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't I enjoy it more?
Yeah, I guess so.
It impacted me more.
Yeah.
Then again, I didn't really properly watch it when you were watching it.
Yeah.
Maybe that one and the other Dracula is pretty. Do you remember what I said about the older Dracula and newer Dracula?
The Christopher Lee one?
Yes.
You enjoyed that more, I think.
Did I?
Yes, because of Van Helsing, because he was great in that film. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Alright, let's put that Dracula in then.
Okay.
At number 9. No.
This is such a...
Yes! Let's put it in at number... before that one. Alright. I'll tell you when I'm at number 3 and 1 and 2.
Organization, yeah.
Well, I forgot I'd seen the kid brother.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
Alright, yeah.
So we have Dracula 31, and then before that one you had Dracula
58.
And then King Kong, which also surprised me.
Yeah.
I think I might have enjoyed it a little extra because we were eating crisps when we were watching it. And chocolate, because it was a Saturday and I was in a very good mood. Next up is The Great Dictator, which I probably won't watch again. It's a bit long to me. And again, not the greatest Chaplin movie, even though I've only seen like 3.
Yeah.
Because Limelight was just, you know, so. But it's definitely on there. Next up is Heat.
Oh, and The Great Dictator was not in the book. Remember that as well?
But now it's on our list.
And now it's on our list. It was on my list as well. That's...
Oh well.
Oh wow.
If it was in the book. We've made it in the book.
So I don't even know how the list is wrong there, so there must be some sort of discrepancy. Anyway, we'll move past it and we'll just say The Great Dictator is great.
Next up is Heat. I mean, De Niro and Pacino, can you go wrong? Those are the two that's in it, right? Yeah. Okay. And then 2001: A Space Odyssey. I hated the beginning, I loved the middle, and I hated the ending. But I fucking loved the middle, and so it's up there because it's so old. I mean, it's from frickin' 68. 8.
Yes.
And I'm just so amazed at how they made it and what they did.
Okay.
And how messed up it is in some parts of it.
Mm.
It is a great movie.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it can be a great movie even if you hate some parts of it. Just because it didn't click with me doesn't make, you know. So that one is just up there because it's a great movie.
Yep.
It just made it over on the list. Next we have Rope.
Yep. Great.
I mean, Hitchcock. I just have to watch everything from him. Then we have 7 because what's in the box? I mean, it's so good. It's so great. It's so freaking Yeah. And then I think I would put The Kid Brother.
Okay.
At number 4.
Wow. Holy shit.
Well, I did love it, didn't
That's great. That's awesome.
Didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Does 7 come before it? We'll never know. And then The Sting. I love that one too.
Yeah.
It had a great build up, and then the ending just...
The ending's amazing. I love it.
So great.
Yeah.
And like, it would have been further down on the list, but it probably jumped up like 5 or 6 steps because of the ending.
Yeah.
Now you have to watch it.
Ties it all together.
Number 2 is Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh.
I love that movie. It was so brilliant. It would have been the first one if it wasn't for Rear Window, which is my top one. You're not looking at the list.
I wasn't. Yeah, I was looking away.
Rear Window, I loved. Maybe because I didn't expect to. It's a 50s movie, right?
Yep, 54.
54. And I was just thinking, oh, this is not going to be great. I was so into it. It was just the right amount of suspense and like thrill. And I guess the first of its kind in that way. And the set was great. The acting was brilliant. I want to watch it again. I want to recommend it to people. It's definitely a movie you have to see before you die, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rear Window.
So Hitchcock is doing good for
Yeah,
me,
and
which is surprised. I'm surprised that you watched one without me when you know my history of loving everything you've shown me. I mean, we're gonna watch Psycho again, and I'm gonna like it a lot more now than 4 years ago or whatever. Because I see movies differently now, and I'm so glad I do.
Yeah. It's the Sabotage is an early one. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, so I just didn't think that it would be as good as it was. But it's interesting that we both had the same number 2, Kramer versus Kramer. And I want to find out what the hell happened with The Great Dictator. So at this point, I am going to edit. Alright, we just realised that the Great Dictator was on my master list, but it wasn't in the book, and so I changed that for Blazing Saddles. But Connie had seen that before, so.
Yeah, but The Dictator is still on our list.
Yeah, we'll just keep it on the list for this. So there we go.
It's ridiculous how it's not in the
book. Yeah, I've covered that. So thank you for watching this video. It's been fun doing the first 100 episodes. I don't know if we'll do this every 100, but we'll see what happens. Certainly there's a lot more films to go, and I hope that as the films get more obscure, I can still somehow get Connie to participate as much as she has so far. So anything else you want to add before we finish? No, you're good. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you with the rest of these horror month reviews. We've still got plenty more to come. Oh god. And we'll see you with those.
Only 900.
Only 901 more to go. Well, 900 because we just filmed 101, so getting there slowly but surely.